The great poet of democracy, Walt Whitman, said that he could hear America singing. In that poem, he wrote about hardworking Americans, the carpenters and mechanics, the mothers of small children, the farmers and the laborers, who even in the mundane routine of everyday life and occupation found hope and happiness because they lived and worked in a great land of opportunity and freedom. In 1833, as a young man in a young country, Whitman had thrilled to the sight of President Andrew Jackson riding horseback through the streets of New York. And even at that early age, he had a deep desire to give poetic voice to freedom's longings. His was a nation of seemingly limitless resources, endless opportunity, and boundless hope. And even though in his lifetime that nation that he loved would be torn in two by a great and bloody civil war, he never lost faith in the dream. He never stopped listening to the music. He never stopped hearing the sound of America singing. My name is Andrew Jackson Willis. I'm running for Congress in Michigan's 3rd Congressional District. My wife Becky and I have 1 son and 7 daughters. We have 3 sons-in-law, 6 grandchildren, and 1 more on the way. I'm entering this race today not just for you and for me, but for your children and for my children, for your grandchildren and for my grandchildren, and for the many generations that will follow them. I want all of them to live in a constitutional republic that is both sovereign and secure. In a constitutional republic, no one is more significant than the individual citizen, and those free individuals possess guaranteed rights and make free choices. Choices concerning their personal lives, the faith they embrace and follow, and the beliefs and doubts that they will hold. They make choices regarding the education of their children, the medical insurance they purchase, the air that they breathe, and the water that they drink. Because political liberty and economic freedom are so closely connected, I want all of them to have access to the opportunities and the benefits of our great free enterprise system. And I want all of them to live in a nation where everyone has value, and I mean everyone. 5 of our 8 children are adopted. They lost their birth parents to prison, to opioid overdose, to mental illness, to abuse, endangerment, and neglect. And because of what they had experienced and endured due to the poor choices of adults, some of them came to our home with special needs that require special compassion, not just from my family and I, but from the whole society in which we live. So I want all of them to live in a country that is not only strong and free and prosperous, but that is also compassionate and charitable, just and humane. Finally, I want all of them to know and believe that they play a vital role in government that is of, by, and for the people. Many of you are rightly concerned that in order to be elected, you must first win the favor of wealthy donors and of those elites at the top of the political establishment. You rightly understand that those who finance you own you. So many who promise to do things differently in Washington do everything the same in their campaign. They immediately make themselves dependent on and indebted to an elite and wealthy establishment, which leads to this question. If they're afraid to do things differently in their campaign in West Michigan, how can we ever hope that they'll find the courage to do things differently when they arrive in Washington, D.C.? I intend to do things differently from the first moment of my campaign. I will accept no more than $20 from any individual or entity for the primary, and I will accept no more than $20 from any individual or entity for the general election. So with the other candidates, you have a promise. With me, you have the proof. My campaign will rise or fall at the will of the people. I am asking you to own this campaign and send me to Washington, bought and paid for by you, the people. Wealthy interests have multiple options in this election. I believe the people deserve to have at least one. I believe with all my heart that America will sing again, and that she will do so when we, the people, standing on principles that are rooted in timeless and enduring truth, step forward to meet the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow for ourselves and for future generations. My name is Andrew Willis, and I approve of this message.